Prices are set, and the price is usually clearly marked on the product or near it. It is not possible to bargain in most stores in North America. After you buy something, save the receipt. It is quite easy to return the purchased item to a store, even if you have taken it home and unwrapped it. However, you must have the receipt. Many Americans love to shop for things on sale. There are almost always some special items for sale at a discount. Also, there is usually a clearance area of the store. Here you can find old items, such as last year's fashions, for very low prices. If you want to pay even less for clothes, you can go to a second-hand store. You can find used clothes and other items here. Most of the things are quite old. However, you could find some high-quality brand-name clothes for just a few dollars. If you shop there, you will be helping others as well. Most second-hand stores are owned by charities. Almost all of the money from the sales goes to help the poor. Part B. Shopping online. 1. Warm-ups. A. Listening. Listen to the following conversation. Scenario. Tanya and Michelle are female friends talking at a coffee shop.
Michelle, I have a big problem.
What's the problem, Tanya?
I bought a dress while internet shopping. It turns out that it's of very low quality.
That's too bad. Just return it.
That's the problem. I haven't found any way to return it.
Isn't there a physical address on the website?
None. No phone number either. Not even an email address.
It seems to me that they intended to rip off shoppers.
I'm afraid you're right. I paid too much for a dress I can't wear.
That's why I never shop for clothes on the internet.
B. Dictation. Fill in the blanks as you listen to the dialogue again.
Michelle, I have a big problem.
What's the problem, Tanya?
I bought a dress while internet shopping. It turns out that it's of very low quality.
That's too bad. Just return it.
That's the problem. I haven't found any way to return it.
Isn't there a physical address on the website?
None. No phone number either. Not even an email address.
It seems to me that they intended to rip off shoppers.
I'm afraid you're right. I paid too much for a dress I can't wear.
That's why I never shop for clothes on the internet.
2. Listening and speaking. A. Model dialogue. Listen as the teacher reads the model dialogue. Scenario. Jason and Maria are friends having lunch at a restaurant. This is a great restaurant for lunch. Thanks for inviting me here.
My pleasure. It's good to see you again.
You too. What have you been doing lately?
I've been buying a lot of items for our high-tech store.
Is that hard?
It turns out that most of what we need is on the internet.
That must be helpful.
If we didn't use the internet, it would be harder to make a profit.
It seems to me that your customers could buy those things directly.
Frankly, they could, but our customers like to see what they're buying.
Have you found any way to get special discounts?
Yes, we often get lower prices when we buy large amounts.
Internet shopping is working for you. My experience has been worse.
That's too bad. I'm afraid you're right for clothes and shoes, things like that.
I guess shoppers have to be careful no matter how they shop.
True. Or you could shop with us and relax.
4. Reading and discussions. Shopping on the internet.
Have you ever bought anything online? Or have you ever gone window shopping on websites? If so, you're not alone. This is one of the fastest growing consumer habits in the world. Just a few years ago, people were not very familiar with internet technology. They were worried about making a purchase online. But now, people can buy nearly everything on the internet. From 1999 to 2002, electronic commerce, or e-commerce, grew by 29% annually. This is not only due to an increase in the number of people trusting the Internet, it is also because more people have Internet access. In 1997, less than 20% of Americans had Internet access at home. In 2001, that number increased to more than 50%. As more people have gained online access, they have begun shopping online more often. The Internet has created a convenient way for business people to locate items they need and to get them at the best prices. In the past, owners of most businesses bought their supplies locally. Now, business people anywhere in the world can shop on the Internet to find the best deals. For instance, the owner of a restaurant in a small town that wants to buy uniforms for employees can compare items from New York, Chicago, and other cities. In this way, he or she often can choose from a wider variety of items at lower prices. If you are one of the few people who haven't tried online shopping yet, you're likely to be an online shopper eventually.
Unit 4. Negotiation. Part A. Reaching agreement. 1. Warm-ups. B. Listening. Listen to the short passage about reaching agreement by mediation.
Every person experiences conflict with other people throughout their lives. How do people resolve conflicts? Sometimes people solve their differences by sheer force, which is usually violent. Sometimes one of the party submits to the other, but is unhappy. And sometimes there never is a resolution. Fortunately, there is a fourth option, the mediator. A mediator is a middleman who helps two willing parties come to an agreement. The mediator hears both sides of the story, then suggests a solution. If both parties are happy with the solution the mediator suggests, the conflict is resolved. If not, the mediator continues until a solution is accepted by both parties.
2. Listening and speaking. A. Model dialogue. Listen as the teacher reads the model dialogue. Scenario. Pam and Sue are meeting with Robert, a mediator. Welcome to the mediation work service. Make yourself comfortable. What can I settle for the two of you?
I'm losing sleep and failing college because my roommate here plays computer games all night. My major is developing computer games, and playing them is what I must do.
What did you just say?
Playing computer games is required for my degree.
Let me clarify this. You need to sleep, and you need to play computer games.
Yes, that's right. Correct.
Are you willing to meet halfway?
Yeah, I'm willing. Sure.
You must wear headphones and keep the volume very low after midnight. Is this acceptable?
I'll agree to that. That's okay.
The matter is settled. That will be $100. 4. Reading and discussions. Mediation. Of the methods used to settle or resolve conflicts, mediation is one with which almost all of us have experience. If two people disagree and are unable to come to an agreement, they might call in a third person to help solve their problem. The third person then becomes the mediator. When we are young, this is often a parent or a teacher. For adults to reach a successful conflict resolution, they must agree to follow some rules. First, they must make a sincere effort to solve the problem. Second, they must not be rude or insulting during this process. Third, they must listen carefully and not interrupt while others are speaking. Fourth, they must tell the truth about their desires and feelings. In this case, the mediator manages the resolution process. To start, the mediator asks each person how the conflict came about. Each speaker continues without interruption until finished. They are asked how they feel about the conflict. They are asked what they really want. They are asked how they might reach an agreement. The best result is one in which those in conflict create their own agreement. Still good is a result in which the mediator suggests an agreement acceptable to those in conflict. If allowed to escalate, conflicts often